Okay, so question 2. Question 2 is about a circle. It's they've given you the equation in this form and they've told you that the radius is 1. Radius equals 1 like that. And they've also said they want you to find 2 possible values of the constant k, which is right here. So first thing to do is to rearrange it to put it in completed square form so that you get an idea where the centre is and then you get an idea what the radius is. One of the mistakes people made in the exam was putting the entire thing equal to 1 at this point. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to rearrange this, get an expression for the radius and then set that expression equal to 1. So here we go. So we're going to put x squared next to 4x, just shifting it around a little bit, and then we've got y squared plus ky plus 12 equals 0. Now we're going to complete the square carefully. So we're going to say the x part's going to turn into x minus 2, half the coefficient of x, square that, take away that value squared. Then you've got the y part, so you're going to do y plus half the coefficient of y, just k over 2, square it, and then take away the k over 2 all squared. One of the mistakes people made at this point was not putting brackets in and then forgetting to square the k or the 2 or both of them. So and then I must not forget to put that 12 on the end as well, equal to 0. So again, tidying up another little bit at this point, so put x minus 2 all squared next to y plus k over 2 all squared, and then I'm going to square the other 2 terms that were squared earlier, so it's going to be minus 4 and then minus k squared over 4, and a lot of people forgot that little squared there, which caused problems later on, and that equals 0. So here we go, next line, just keeping it all consistent, not sort of starting to pull bits out and start doing them elsewhere because it can get confusing. I'm going to put all of this onto the right hand side because all of that is my constant, my radius. Before I do that, I will probably do minus 4 plus 12 gives me positive 8. So let's just do that part first, like that. And then final little line here, I'll do what I said I was going to do a minute ago. There we go. Oops. And then that equals, so be careful with the signs again, it's going to be k squared over 4 minus 8. So at this point, we know that this thing here is the radius squared, which is 1. So we know that k squared over 4 minus 8 equals 1. So rearranging this, let's just move down a little bit. We get k squared over 4 equals 9. Just be really careful at this stage. A lot of people made some silly mistakes. And then 4 times 9 is 36. And therefore, when you square root it, you're going to get plus or minus 6. And there's your 2 values of k. People who only got 1, if you look back, you probably forgot to square the k, and that's where that's gone wrong. So looking at the marks for that, let's go back up to the top. I think that they're going to give you marks for the following. So if you attempted to complete the square, you would have got 1 mark. If you've correctly simplified it, you would have got the 2nd mark. If you got to this point here, I think that's where that mark's going to come from, and then the final mark comes from the bit at the end where you actually find out the 2 values of x correctly, and then that's your final mark down there.